Hello, my dear students. I am Asad Hussain Khan, your SST teacher, once again with a new chapter in civics, marginalized groups and social justice. My dear children, if you have not subscribed our YouTube channel till now, please subscribe our YouTube channel and also press bell icon for latest updates. Dear students, in this chapter, we will study about the marginalized groups of the society who are called scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. What is the condition of other backward classes in the country? Who comes under the minority? What is the need of reservation for weaker section of the society? What provisions have been done in Constitution for safeguarding the marginalized groups? And what is the relation between social and economic inequalities? Now let us start with marginalized groups. Marginalized groups are those groups of the society which remained ignored in the past due to various social and economic causes. The scheduled caste, the scheduled tribes, and other backward classes and minorities are included in the marginalized groups. They remained segregated from the society for a long time due to economic and social causes. This results in making them handicapped in delivering contribution to society. Marginalization deprives a large majority of people across the globe from participating in the development. It is a complex problem and there are many factors that cause marginalization. The Constitution of India does not clearly define the term scheduled caste, but we can say that the caste which were formerly treated as untouchables in the society are called scheduled caste. The Government of India Act 1935 first time brought the term scheduled caste into use. Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar understands the need to actively empower these communities socially, economically, and financially, and provide them with equal opportunities to participate in the country's governance and functioning, and to uplift and promote their growth. These people were kept outside the colony. They were indulged in manual scavenging and cleaning. Scheduled tribes, in simple words, we can say or we can define the scheduled tribes represent the communities which are economically backward and inhabiting mostly the remote. They live mostly in remote and hilly areas and thickly forested areas. These areas are denoted as tribal areas. The Bhil are one of the largest tribe groups living in Chhattisgarh, Gujarat, Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, and Rajasthan. Bhil women wear traditional saris, while men are dressed in long frock and pajama. Women keep on heavy ornaments which are made of silver and brass. Munda are a tribe which belong to the Chota Nagpur Plateau, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, and Odisha. Mundas are fond of dance and music. They observe many festivals too. Munda have been wandered and hunters, now they have become cultivators. The Santals are the largest and one of the oldest tribe in India. They are spread across Assam, Bihar, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Odisha, and West Bengal. Dancing and singing is an integral part of Santhal culture. After death in a family, they leave the house and build another. Now Adivasis live in hilly areas. They are 8% of the total population of India. Their way of living is also different from other sections of the society. They practice their own religion, which is different from Hinduism and Christianity. They speak their own languages. Most of the languages spoken by them are as old as Sanskrit. Most of the Adivasis live in the states of Bihar, Bengal, Odisha, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, etc. Gonds, Santhals, Bhils, Naga, Khasi, Garo, etc. are some of the examples of Adivasis. Most of them do not have much access to education and they still follow their own traditional lifestyle. In the past and till recently, they had been severely exploited by the outsiders. The government of India has taken several measures to boost the social and economic well-being of these people. Backward classes too have been defined in the Constitution. However, they have been recognized as the weaker sections of the society other than the scheduled caste and the scheduled tribes. This class is also known as other backward classes or other backward castes. OBCs are described as socially and educationally backward classes. The population of OBCs below poverty line was 22.6% in rural area and 15.4% in urban areas. The affairs of backward classes were looked after by the backward classes cell, that is known in short BCC, in the Ministry of Home Affairs. Minorities are those who have less number of their own sect or religion in a religion or state, in any region or state. Muslims, Christian, Sikh, Buddhist, Jains are considered as minority. According to census 2011, the minorities account for 19.4% of the total population. Minorities are vulnerable due to their inadequate share in power and decision making. In rural area, during 2009-10, 11% of households followed Islam, with about 12% of the total population. Christianity was followed by around 2% of the population. The literacy rate is highest for Christians. Our constitution makers were well aware of the injustice done to both scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. So they made certain constitutional provisions to safeguard their interest. In those, Article 15, first is Article 15. Article 15 says that every citizen should be treated equally without any discrimination. All the people of the country, they are equal, there should be no discrimination among them. Article 17, it says that untouchability is abolished and its practice in any form is forbidden. The enforcement of any disparity on the basis of untouchability shall be a punishable offence. Article 164, according to Article 164 of Indian Constitution, the state of Bihar, Odisha and Madhya Pradesh will appoint a minister in charge for the welfare of SCs, STs and OBCs. Article 46 of the Indian Constitution says that it is the foremost duty of the state to protect all the sections of the society from social injustice done to them and all forms of exploitation. Article 338 and 338A state that there will be a national commission for scheduled caste and scheduled tribes, which will ensure that constitutional provisions for their upliftment were followed and implemented. For safeguarding the interest of backward classes, our constitution made some provisions. In those, I am going to tell you what provisions have been done by the government or constitution to save the backward classes. 22 some articles have, yes, article 14(4). First of all, I will explain article 16(4). The Indian Constitution provides reservation of seats for OBCs in central and state governments under article 1604. That is 16(4). Article 340 provides provision for the appointments of a commissioner to investigate and the condition of OBCs and make recommendation for their betterment. As per the provision of this article, Kelkar Commission and Mandal Commission were set up in 1953 and 1979 respectively. In 1990, VP Singh recommended for the implementation of the provisions of Mandal Commission. After a great deal of controversy, the Supreme Court gave verdict on OBCs. In those, 27% seats will be reserved for OBCs in government jobs. The armed forces and sensitive higher posts will be kept outside the preview of reservation. OBCs are given relaxation to clear civil services examination in 7 attempts instead of 4 and are also given relaxation in qualifying marks in written examination and in interviews. The Supreme Court of India has ordered the Union Central Government to implement 27% reservation quota for 1238 backward classes. Relaxation in upper age limit by 3 years in verdict recruitment in government service is also given. The Constitution of India has laid down certain provisions in Article 29 and 30 to safeguard the interest of minorities. These provisions are: any person residing in any part of the Indian territory having distinct language, culture and traditions shall have the right to conserve the same. No citizen shall be denied admission in any institution run by government or using government aid or state funds on the ground of caste, creed, religion, race, language, etc. All the minorities have the right to establish and administer their educational institution. Article 350B of the Indian Constitution authorized the President of India to appoint a special officer to safeguard the interest of linguistic minority group. He is also empowered to nominate 2 members from the Anglo-Indian community in the Lok Sabha so that they could get adequate representation. The rights of minorities are fully protected in our country. Our constitutional experts have made enough provision to safeguard the interest of marginalized groups. These provisions have also been implemented. Now question arises that the provisions which are made by the Constitution are implemented or not. In practical, these are implemented or not. Let us see. 22.5% seats are reserved for them, 15% for scheduled caste, and 77.5% for scheduled tribes in government jobs. Seats are also reserved for them in educational institutions. Free coaching is being provided to the students of these caste groups who are appearing in various competitive examinations such as IAS and IPS, etc. Vocational training is being provided in tribal areas. Book banks have been set up in schools, colleges, and higher educational institutions to provide free books to scheduled caste and scheduled tribes candidates. Free hostel and residential facilities are provided for the girl students belonging to scheduled caste and scheduled tribes in higher educational institutions, universities, medical institutions, etc. Now we will see the relation between social and economic inequalities. India is a vast country where both social and economic inequalities exist. Both are different in aspect but are linked to each other. Economic inequalities are caused due to unequal distribution of wealth or accumulation of wealth in a few hands, while social inequality exists due to caste discrimination. Both social and economic inequalities prevent people from access to facilities enjoyed by privileged ones. Now reservations. While drafting the Constitution, Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar tried his best to demolish the structure of the caste system and made equality a fundamental right. He was also well aware of the caste-based discrimination. The Dalits were ill-treated by the upper caste. The Indian Constitution, in its preamble, proclaims the establishment of a social welfare state, since its aim is to uplift the socially weaker sections of the society. With this view in its mind, the government adopted the policy of reservation for socially and educationally backward classes. Besides giving reservation in parliamentary seats for SCs and STs, they were also given advantage in terms of job reservation, admission in school and higher educational institutions. Likewise, SCs, STs and OBCs, the minorities, are also given reservation in various aspects of their life so that they can improve or uplift their social status. Now some important questions are there. Question number 1. What are marginalized groups? Marginalized groups are those groups of the society which remained ignored in the past due to various social and economic causes. Second, question number 2. What do you mean by scheduled caste? The caste which were formerly treated as untouchables in the society are called scheduled castes. Question number 3. Which article of the Indian Constitution abolished untouchability? Article 17 of the Indian Constitution abolished untouchability. What percent of seats have been reserved for the OBCs? 27% seats are reserved for OBCs. Next and last question is, in which year the Government of India brought the term scheduled caste into use? In the year 1935, the Government of India brought the term scheduled caste into use. So now students, by this way we have completed this chapter. We will meet again with a new chapter. Till then, goodbye. Stay home, be safe. Thank you.